Well, honestly, Kiss would be. I think Kiss would be a really good one because they have such a huge, rabid fan base, and their whole story of a band taking theatrics to that level at that time when nobody was really doing anything like that. Like you could imagine the story of these four guys growing up in New York City, and thank you, David. You know, who's working at a butcher counter, who's driving a cab, who's dreaming of playing Madison Square Garden one day, who grew up wealthy. You know, the story of Gene, his parents being immigrants, coming over here with his mom and, you know, not speaking the language and chasing the American dream. And we're going to go see the New York Dolls, and we're going to see Alice Cooper, and now we're going to take that and magnify it. And yes, we're actually going to conceal our identities and put makeup on. It's a great story. It really is. Whether you like the band or not, it's a great story. And I'm sure, as we speak, they're pitching it. Because they ain't going to... Those are guys that aren't going to let an opportunity pass by if they see business on the horizon, right? But I think whether you're a fan or not, it's a compelling story. And I think that's a big part of the whole biopic thing. You've got to have compelling stories. Now, with Queen, you had a compelling story, but you also had incredible, legendary music. So you had the double whammy there. But I think the story of Kiss, the ups and downs, the development of the band, the development of the stage show, the things they did early on in their career would be really interesting. And then if you took it beyond that, then you get into all the lineup changes. And then, you know, the story of two guys that grew up being Kiss fans. One guy who played Ace Frehley in a Kiss tribute band becoming Ace Frehley. I mean, whether you like it or not, that's an incredible story. So I think there's a lot there to potentially do that. You know, you could maybe something like with AC/DC, although they're so private, you'd never see that happening. Van Halen, same thing. Rush, I just don't think there's enough drama there. There's not enough intrigue there. The documentary for Rush was great, but I don't know what you do with a biopic there. I'm just thinking off the top of my head of bands that would, you know, Def Leppard would be great because they've had so much drama in their history and so much tragedy. Subjects of biopics. Well, honestly, Kiss would be. I think Kiss would be a really good one because they have such a huge, rabid fan base, and their whole story of a band taking theatrics to that level at that time when nobody was really doing anything like that. Like you could imagine the story of these four guys growing up in New York City.